Welcome to This Week in Indoor Football, everybody. It's another week of indoor football. We are now in the crunch time of the year. We are in the crunch time of the year, July. And the off season's, gotten a little bit crazy, a little bit of things been happening behind the scenes and stuff like that. First big announcement, it will be a beautiful Saturday in San Antonio. It will be a beautiful Saturday in San Antonio for me. The Tucson Sugar Skulls and the San Antonio Gunslingers will be clashing, and I will be there. There will be a beautiful set of videos coming from the Freeman Coliseum. Please follow me on Instagram. It's where I'm really at. And then, here, of course, it's going to be a great time. I can't wait for this upcoming Saturday. It's going to be beautiful. Man, it's going to be fun. So, because, it's 4th of July weekend, not a lot of games are happening this weekend, that sort of thing. So, yeah. Speaking of, games happening, the Massachusetts Pirates have signed Talia Tagovailoa. That did not help them, though. They lost to Quad City by 21, of course. Fishers signs Felix Harper. That helped Fishers out a little bit, The AL2 playoffs, the Final Four, includes Jersey, Michigan, Georgia, and Mississippi of all teams. Very surprising there. Georgia was able to take care of Carolina by 6. Jersey was able to get a huge win by 15 plus, and then Michigan beat Pittsburgh again. The Outlaws are going back to the WIF, but who cares about the winter indoor football? Who cares about the WIF? Nobody cares about that. So yeah, mostly blowouts and stuff like that this week. Vegas Tucson's very good, 59-55. Bay Area beaten as, Iowa's still bad. It's just like, whoa, bro, whoa. You can't be saying this. I mean, but it's just the truth. It's just been a lot of blowouts this past couple weeks, And, Arizona was able to get back into the win column, beating Green Bay by 20, Fishers beat the brakes off of Tulsa. No TJ Edwards. He's on IR. Gruesome injury. Suffered about a week and a half ago. Yeah. So it's just been kind of So, IFL playoffs. The first two teams that have clinched are Quad City and Bay Area. They are the first two teams to clinch. Tucson is gaining out west, though. Same thing with Massachusetts. It's a little bit closer for the Pirates than it is for Tucson to get into the playoffs. Now Tucson's 5-7, but it is what it is. But yeah, most teams should be able to clinch very, very soon. We only have 4 weeks of gameplay left now. Only 4 weeks, guys. 4 weeks of IFL football left. There's also Victory Plus. Victory Plus got added on to the IFL. There's some games that stream on Victory Plus, not all of them. I don't know why. This was quietly added and nobody said anything about it. It did not register on anybody's radar until like a couple days ago. I found out on Thursday. So, I think it was last Thursday the news first dropped, in one of the other Discords I'm in, And so, Victory Plus, a great streaming service that is free, most notably for the Dallas Stars and the Mavs. That's where that streaming service kind of comes in. But yeah, interesting time with the IFL because, don't really know anything about, what the actual time of the IFL National Championship game is. Don't really know the actual time. We know it's going to be on CBS Sports Network. If we don't know the actual time yet, We should at some point. Of course, the playoffs are almost set, so there's going to be some first round playoff games that will be hosted, and on the first Saturday in August, it's going to be intriguing. If Quad City and Bay Area are the first two teams to host, I mean, that's good. It's good in the hood. What can you say about that? The AF1, the Crown Championship game, the whatever you want to call it, it's the championship. Nashville kept it close, fired back on all cylinders with Albany, but ultimately Sam Cashinova, the AF1 MVP, and everybody, it was too much at the end of the day, and Albany wins, 60 to 57. It was a close game throughout, really intriguing game, very fun game. And the AF1, has also said, hey, we're going to go to Ohio. We're going to go to Michigan. We're going to keep the momentum going. And I like that idea. I really do. I really do like that idea. It's going to be something that, I didn't expect Ohio and Michigan to be on anybody's radar, but hey, somewhere in Ohio and somewhere in Michigan, we're going to have an AF1 team again. And I really hope it's where, a lot of people have said like Grand Rapids and Columbus, I mean, those are two great places, both nostalgia bombs, We'll see. We'll see if that happens. And then the TAL this week, for the most part, it's blowouts. 2 of the 3 games were kind of like it was 31-7 at one point in the Duluth, Iowa game. And I was like, nope, don't want to watch that. St. Joe's with another huge victory over Eau Claire, 64-26. And then Hot Springs beat Ozarks by 9, which is probably the best game of the bunch. But, this weekend, not the craziest. Next week's episode is probably going to be even shorter because, because there's not a lot of games at all next week. I'll tell you a little bit about my experience in San Antonio, but I think, that's about it, aside from the NAL obviously getting Amarillo, the Amarillo Warbirds, combining, Amarillo, and the West Texas Warbirds, and combine that together. So that's the NAL's currently the 9th team in the NAL, which is fine. It's fine and dandy, 9 teams in the NAL, can't complain about that at all. So we'll see what Leif Curtis and company have in store for us. It's going to be a intriguing, weekend again. Not a lot of games this weekend. A lot of teams, the AAL2 said, no, we're not playing on 4th of July. We're not playing on 4th of July weekend. 3 games, one Thursday, Saturday, of course, the game I'll be at, and then Monday night in the IFL, and then the TAL has a couple games this upcoming weekend. And yeah, that's basically it. I'm out. I don't have anything else to say. Goodbye. Take care, everybody.